and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Oh, a bit of a rough night last night. I was out on the town. Got a black coffee here, jeez. It was a long night. Listen, we're looking forward to the game today. Arsenal playing their second friendly over here in Singapore, taking on PSG. Of course, if you want to watch those games, I've been saying since we got here, Premier Sports, the only place that are showing it in the UK. The links are in the description below. Subscribe as well to their channel. But get on Premier Sports if you want to watch the game today, Arsenal versus PSG. And I was at the training session yesterday, and the players, it was an open training session, players training, not too heavy, very light training. I've got to say, yesterday over here was so hot and so humid. You could see that Unai Emery, even though he was working the players, didn't overwork them because it was so hot. And all of the players came off dripping with sweat. Sven Mislintat was there. You got to watch the hilarious video of troops questioning him whether or not we're going to sign Ousmane Dembele, and Sven Mislintat was all smiles when being asked about that. And the thing is, that's the rumour that's still going all around the place right now. Ousmane Dembele still being linked heavily with a move to Arsenal. We're being told today that Barcelona are looking to balance their books by offloading Dembele. They've, of course, bought in Malcolm for £37 million. They're looking to bring in other transfers, and they've got Ousmane Dembele, and it's almost like they're in a situation where they don't know what to do. They paid a lot of money for this kid, £135 million, and they want to, you know, if they do move him out, they want to recoup their money. He didn't have a successful season last year. What are they doing with him this year? They bought in Malcolm, which seems like a bit of a strange one. They were also chasing Willian. So where is Ousmane Dembele going to play? Will he play week in, week out? And it just seems to a lot of the experts out there that they're looking to move him on, and Arsenal are hovering. Of course, he's got a connection with Sven Mislintat. Mislintat, the person who brought him in the first place to Borussia Dortmund. And also he's got friends in Aubameyang and Socrates and Mkhitaryan, all these old Borussia Dortmund guys that are now at Arsenal. Now, would Arsenal be able to pull off such a move? It would be massive. I just somehow can't see Arsenal being able to outlay the sort of money that it would cost to get Ousmane Dembele on a permanent deal. Let's say Barcelona are trying to recoup back a lot of their money. They're going to want at least 100 million. They're just not going to get that right now because Dembele had a bad season, and also even playing for France in the World Cup, he didn't exactly light it up. He was more used as a guy off the bench. So maybe a loan move, as I've discussed many times on the show, could be an option. But again, today, it's all about Ousmane Dembele and Barcelona. Will he move or not to Arsenal? In a couple of weeks' time, we're going to find out if Arsenal could pull off this impossible deal, what it seems like when you think about our budget. Talking about Barcelona, Hector Bellerin has been linked very heavily in the past to Barcelona, and this season he's been linked with moves away from Arsenal. Well, Bellerin was being questioned about these yesterday, and this is what he came out and said. He said, "It's crazy that people ask me these questions all the time. I'm happy in London. I'm very happy at this club. The club made me who I am and gave me a chance to be a footballer, be the footballer I am today. So I don't want to be anywhere else." So Hector Bellerin there making it quite clear that he's happy at Arsenal. He's not going anywhere. He's staying at Arsenal. He's got a long-term contract. I think it's about a 6-year deal he signed. Big season for Hector Bellerin. Didn't deliver last season, or probably the season before. You've got to say the last couple of seasons have been poor by him. Burst onto the scene. He was absolutely brilliant. But the last couple of seasons, he's really kind of fallen off. Now, I think this is a very important season for him under Unai Emery. If Unai Emery can get the best out of Hector Bellerin, we got a fantastic player. We all know he's super talented, but we really need to see more from Hector Bellerin. At one time, we all considered him the best right back in the Premier League. But if he's to get back to that sort of status, he really has to have a big season this year. Now, Arsenal linked today with a player who plays, he's a Togo international. He goes by the name of Dejin. He plays for Getafe over there in Spain, 26 years of age, a defender. Now, there's a lot of reports today in the French media that he's interested in, he definitely wants to leave the club, and that Arsenal are showing an interest in him. Now, Getafe, who are fully aware that Dejin wants to leave the club, have already said that, listen, they want at least 35 million euros for him, which is not cheap. But that's the sort of money they're demanding, the money that I'm sorry they're simply not going to get for this guy. But lots of interest apparently from Arsenal today, and some other clubs as well interested in him. So let's wait and see how that one develops. Joel Campbell, remember him? He is an Arsenal player. Well, he's on his way back to the Emirates, or shall I say to London Coney, for pre-season training. Now, what is his future? He was being questioned a lot about it yesterday, and basically Joel Campbell coming out and saying, listen, I don't know what my future is. I don't know what's happening. He was asked if he's going to be going out on loan again, and he said, listen, I can't go out on loan again because I've only got 1 year left on my contract. I'm either going to be kept or sold. And it's quite obvious, it seems to me, that Joel Campbell will be sold. I know he was in the World Cup and everything, but he's been hardly mentioned by Arsenal and by Unai Emery, and it looks like they're definitely going to be looking to try and move Joel Campbell out on a permanent move. Not sure what sort of money they'll be able to get for him. As I said, he's only got 1 year left on his deal, and it's been really tough for Joel Campbell. I've said this before, you know what I mean? When we talk about footballers sometimes and, loyalty and stuff like that, Arsenal have treated this guy bad. Ever since he's come through the door, just loan after loan after loan after loan. He had a little spell due to injuries where he got a little chance, but Arsene Wenger, basically, it looked like he didn't rate this kid. And he's just been loaned out after loan. And now he's coming down towards the end of his contract. He wants to sort out his permanent future, and it does look like Arsenal will move on Joel Campbell. Alex Iwobi, however, will not be moving on, which has been quite a surprise to many people. A lot of people thought that that Unai Emery coming in, he might say to himself, Iwobi, very poor last season, I'm going to move this kid on. However, it looks like Unai Emery likes what he's seen of Alex Iwobi, and they've offered him a new deal. And Unai Emery confirming yesterday that Alex Iwobi is set to sign a new deal. He goes, I have information that he is near, he said. My information is that he will sign and that he will stay with us. And just like Hector Bellerin, this is a huge season for Alex Iwobi, a guy who lost focus at a time last season. We know about the partying and stuff like that. A guy that lost confidence as well. When he burst onto the scene, same sort of thing. Really, really good player. Lost a bit of focus last year. If he can get back on focus, he's a very, very talented player indeed. And again, this is the task of Unai Emery this season. Get the best out of these guys. Iwobi, Bellerin, Xhaka, Ozil. These are great players if we can extract, the talent, the ability that they have on a consistent basis out of them. And that's going to be the big task of Unai Emery in this coming season. But looking like Alex Iwobi will sign a new deal that keeps him at the club. And that kind of confirmed yesterday by Unai Emery. And Arsenal linked to this Polish player today. Goes by the name, and excuse the pronunciations on this one, Sebastian Wolovekic. Listen, if you're Polish out there, put me right on the pronunciation. Listen, I can never pronounce these Polish names. They're always very difficult with all the Z's and W's in it. But he's 18 years of age, Polish, plays for a team called Pogoń Szczecin, and he's a centre-back, 18, as I said, and also apparently really interested in bringing him into the club. Again, would be a youngster that would come in and probably have to work his way up through the ranks, but Arsenal linked with him today. Right, let's take a look at some of your comments. Aidan Whittingham says, once again, it's Stan Kroenke's fault. He uses Arsenal as his cash cow and uses it to fund his American sports team. He never has put a dime into Arsenal, and he sure won't invest now. And this is what I was talking about kind of yesterday, that kind of upsets me that sometimes Arsenal, you know, I see a team like Atletico Madrid, as I said the other day, hardly any fans over here in Singapore, but the way they spend way more than us. PSG, we know they're backed by mega owners, but again, yesterday they did a training session. Arsenal trained first, and there was like, you know, loads and loads of people there, and those were all people that were just invited. It was limited tickets. Then PSG came on to train afterwards, right? And once all the Arsenal fans had left, and if you took out, even with the people that were still there, nearly all of them were Arsenal fans. Probably about 20, 30 people come to see PSG train. So, you know, these are the things. We're a big elite club. We want to see our owner start spending like that, but he's just not seeming to do that right now. AI says, I wonder how Iwobi got the big backing from the club and manager, whilst Jeff got nothing. Jeff Rennie Adelaide, he's talking about there. Watching them both, I don't see what Iwobi has that's so greater than Jeff. And, you know, Jeff Rennie, really, really talented, skillful player. I think the thing is, it's the injuries that's done Jeff over his career at Arsenal. He's never been able to get going, never been able to seize his opportunity. Robin Kilias says, Reece Nelson is a great player and will have a bright future. I mean, he's really fast and can take on players, but I still think he needs 1 or 2 more seasons to maybe become a starter for Arsenal. Could be right there, but Reece Nelson, as we know, very, very talented player. Should we be looking at all these wingers when we got Reece Nelson? Is he ready? That's what I'd really like to know from you guys. And London King says, big mistake. He's talking about Jeff Rennie Adelaide here. You don't sell a talented 20-year-old. He's got a lot of angry emojis there. And it is sad to see Jeff go, especially he's just moving on to this team Angers. I thought he would have moved on to maybe even a bigger team. But listen, who knows? Maybe he can come again. But yeah, Jeff Rennie has moved on. As I said, it's game time today. Arsenal taking on PSG in the ICC Cup over here in Singapore. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be sold out tonight. And, you know, as I said, 99% of the people there will probably be Arsenal fans. But really look forward to getting up there. The game, as I said, click in the description if you want to watch it on Premier Sports. But thanks for watching the show today, and we'll be back tomorrow.